Hi and welcome. Disclaimer, these are my thoughts and opinions and also what's fair. Now this is a part 2 to yesterday's video. Yesterday I did a video on the government's new law that all cats have to be microchipped unless they're wild and feral and work on a farm. Like if you have no control over the cats and the cats are just out being wild, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But if your cat sleeps in the living room 24/7, then you've got to get it microchipped. And so the video was about the absolute insanity of that and the unpoliceability of microchipping 9 million cats. Right? There are 9 million cats in England. Anyways, so this, it's all huge expense, right? The government are spending a huge amount of taxpayers' money setting up this microchip station and all the advertising for it and, like logistics and whatever. So this must be something that people want then, right? And I missed this bit out of yesterday's video. So that and the ultimate conclusion of what I think is happening. So just going to update that. This should be a short one. So basically, I went on yesterday and I had a little snoop about, and I found an old things you have to sign, petition in 2021. I think there was a petition that they wanted signatures for to go before government, who decided last year that they were going to go ahead with this, gauging public opinion. So this was a petition to remove a cat's right to roam, which cats have always had, because cats ultimately are wild animals, right? Oh, quick side note, on my video yesterday I mentioned the interloper, who isn't my cat, but will sometimes come in and eat my cat's food and bugger off again. Not seen him in weeks. Puff, looked out the back door yesterday. There he is. Got a driveway down one side of my house, and he just came through the open fencing. It's just, right. It's an old co-op. My house is built on, and it's just wrought iron fence thing. So he came walking in through there, went across my garden. I went, and he turned around, and we had a little staring competition. Well, he had a staring competition. I was trying to engage him in conversation, but he weren't having it. And then he buggered off and he jumped up on the little fence and looked at me again. And then he went over the back, over next doors. Now, you can't stop a cat doing that, right? You can't stop a cat doing that, which is why cats have always had the right to roam. And he buggered off and then he was meowing. So I think he's after a bit. There's another cat around that he's after a bit with. Don't know, but he was being right noisy. So I went onto this petition, and guess how many people had said, yes, we need to change this law. How many million people are there live in England? I'd say 65 last time I looked. That was probably 2020, to be fair. But out of those 65 million people, 173, full stop, there's no thousands on there, 173 people thought that this needed doing, that cats needed controlling. 173 people out of 65 million. I don't know what the population was in 2021. 173, and then it was closed. So it's not something that people want, right? And yet the government is spending taxpayers' money on making it happen. Why? Where is the logic when people don't want it, the government spending all that money to do that? Now, obviously, it's been a thing with dogs for years, right? And now they've gone on to cats. Now, one of my friends, told me yesterday that one of Mr. McCann was in cahoots with the government to try and get it so that kids could be microchipped. And obviously, like perfect little genitals torn apart. Yeah, of course, she disappeared. But yeah, off the back of one whitey down a hole, right? Like they were trying to microchip all children. You know what I mean? These are agendas. Everything is an agenda. I'm sorry, but the conspiracy theorists are right on this. And you've only got to look at the way that things have gone down. Now, I remember when I first got into my very first conspiracy theory was 9/11, and that was back in 2007. That's all that by accident. Well, that and religion. And then it also quickly turned into the moon landings. I went, like a rabbit hole went down. But back in 2007, a huge thing in the circles, they want us microchipped. They want human beings microchipped. Now, and here we are in 2024, and they're like, yeah, you have to have your cats. We know where that's going down because they've been trying to get microchips into humans for decades. And we're not having it. But each bit that they erode, they just make it. It's like, oh, right, well, this is just, it's something that's done for dogs. Works perfectly fine. Let's do it for cats as well. And the next thing will be humans. Mark my words. So, like I said yesterday, they ain't coming near my cats. They ain't coming near my kids or my grandkids or me. Because it's all part of this whole agenda that they've got, the one world government, cashless society, credit scoring, social credit scoring, like literally we are going down a slippy fucking route. And they need stopping. Who's with me? 6 minutes. Thank you for being with me. Please come back again and never forget that I love you all. Do it for the cats. Bye.